No longer the also-rans of international football, Australia has arrived on the world stage. After a 32-year absence, the men from Down Under qualified for the 2006 World Cup, where they were unlucky to go out to eventual winners Italy. In 2010, Australia will be no pushovers once again. They're gathering force as a national side, propelled by Australia's new love for the beautiful game.
Last World Cup when we qualified, it really caught the imagination of the Australian public, and I think everyone enjoyed it so much that they can't wait for the next one. So hopefully we can go to South Africa and perform as well as we did last time, and give the Australian public back home something to cheer about once again.
Australia, we've always got rugby, you've always got cricket, you've always got sort of Aussie rules, and I think now in the last maybe 6 to 8 years, football's really come ahead.
More and more children are taking up soccer, not the more traditional sports like cricket or rugby. The recently formed A-League has been a great success, and Australia is even preparing a bid to host a future World Cup tournament. On the pitch, things are going to plan. Though the coach Pim Verbeek has been criticised for the way his teams play, his pragmatic approach gets results, and there was no disputing Australia's success in qualifying. The Dutchman has World Cup experience too, representing South Korea as an assistant to countryman Gus Hiddink in 2002, and then Dick Advocaat 4 years later.
I think every coach is looking for challenges, and after the Asian Cup it was I didn't see any challenge anymore in Korea, so I left. I took a break, which was not too bad. I enjoyed my free time, to be honest. And then you are thinking of going back into a club coach, 7 days a week, working with your team and prepare, or something special. And I think coaching Australian national team is very special.
He's done an exceptional job since he's been in charge. He's got a great relationship with all the players. I think he knows how to get the best out of each and every one of us. And I think obviously tactically, which is very important as well, he's very good. So no, we're I think very lucky to have him, and no, great to be playing under him.
Pim Verbeek has spotted weaknesses in every team, and if you look at the way that we play in the games, in the qualifying campaigns, they've all been different. We've set up differently, so it's all credit to him.
You know, he's very open about team selections. He's very open about squad selections, why he might leave a player out. He'll tell players if he feels that they need to work more on their game. If they need to go out and play, they're not playing as regularly as he'd like them to play at their club level, he'll tell them. He'll give them information. He's very honest, and he's honest to your face, which is very important to have. And the boys reacted extremely well, and I, for one, speak volumes of the man, because I think he's a very good manager, and one that has done a fantastic job with the national team.
Under Verbeek, the Australians qualified for South Africa, topping both groups in which they competed. They were undefeated in the second stage. They conceded just 4 goals and set a new national record, going 7 matches without conceding. Of the 43 nations that began the Asian qualifying process, Australia were one of just 4 to qualify for football's biggest event. It was no mean feat. In years gone by, they had cruised through the Oceanic regional qualifying, only to fall in the playoffs against the South American sides. Competing in the Asian groups meant they could now play against stronger footballing nations on a more consistent basis, and that enhanced the quality of Australia's side.
I think every game is difficult, and for us, of course, because of the traveling we have to make and the different climates we are facing all the time. So we knew from the start that playing in Asia is very difficult, but I think it's a big challenge, and the players see exactly the way I see it. It's a challenge for them to play in difficult circumstances, and they all want to be part of it. And they know there are no easy games anymore. That's what showed already the last years. If you see the results, there are no easy games. Every game is difficult, and we have to play on our best to get results.
The Australians travelled to Japan in February 2009, looking to get the upper hand on a side that many considered the favourites to qualify for top spot. It was hugely competitive, but Australia's organisation under Verbeek and their experience was a major factor as they held Japan to a 0-0 draw. By the time Japan travelled to Melbourne 4 months later, Australia's qualification was complete. But the 2-1 victory secured top spot in the group, meaning Asia's finest had to settle for second place.
Would you believe it? Cahill scores!
Australia sailed through round 3 of qualifying and totally destroyed the opposition in round 4. Undefeated, they dropped just 4 points in 8 games, conceding just a solitary goal. They won away in both Uzbekistan and Bahrain, as well as taking 4 points from Japan, who had been the group favourites. The star turn of the Australian side is Everton's Tim Cahill. He's their talisman and has a remarkable scoring return. Cahill scored 4 goals in qualifying and has the distinction of scoring Australia's first ever goal at both the Asia Cup and World Cup tournaments.
You try writing an Australian football story that doesn't have Tim Cahill in there somewhere.
Obviously I love being in the right place at the right time, and those sort of records of being the first goal scorer in both competitions for Australia is something that I can share with my family and friends forever.
Many of the Australian squad have played in England, offering experience that's proved invaluable for the Socceroos. As well as Cahill, goalkeeper Mark Schwarzer appeared between the sticks for Middlesbrough before transferring to Fulham. Brett Emerton is a powerful presence in Blackburn Rovers midfield. The experienced Harry Kewell played for both Leeds and Liverpool. Captain Lucas Neal was a teammate of Cahill's on Merseyside, whilst Rhys Williams was part of Burnley's promotion to the Premier League. And hard man Vince Grella is another Antipodean at Blackburn. Australia face a tough start against Germany in Durban. Then they take on Ghana and Serbia.
When we drew Germany, I thought to myself, wow, very disciplined, well-drilled team. You know, tactics are perfect, and you know, to play them first game, hopefully we can catch them cold. You know, I think we have to look at the positives. Is that we're a very fit team too, and we've got a lot of great players. But you know, when you pull them first out of the hat, and you think it's going to be hard.
They're a world-class team, and unfortunately, they always seem to do well in the big tournaments like the World Cup. So it's going to be a very tough test for us. But we believe in our own ability, and we believe on the day we can match it with anybody. So we won't be overawed by the occasion, I don't think. I think we'll give as good as we get and hopefully get something from it.